Welcome to how I edit my photos in 2025, where I show you how I edit my photos in 2025. This started about last year, where I just decided to go through all the new stuff that I do and just the process that I take editing my photos from start to finish and just go through all the things that are different or the same that is last year. So let's get right into it. The temperature of the photo, the tint of the photo, and then do all the basic stuff to kind of get it in a good position to start messing around with. So I don't want to like make the shadows super dark to where I think I want them to be yet, because whenever I do the contrast curve, it's going to screw that up. So I just sort of make it as close to, I'd say, like a log format as possible, so have the shadows and the highlights as close together without making it look horrible. And this point is where I would go into the contrast curve, which is where the majority of the stuff I do different is here. I used to keep the blackest points and the lightest point of the image and just keep it in the corner, you know, when it's the curve and it's 2 points. I used to just keep those exactly where they're at for pretty much every photo. But now I've started moving the black point in a little bit more, which just sort of increases the black point. There's a bar for it, but I feel like I have more control over it this way than I do as the bar, because there's just more flexibility with it. So I feel like it looks a little bit better. I'll still do kind of like an S-curve, but sometimes if I need something specific to happen, I'll mess up the S-curve a little bit and do it a little slightly different than an S-curve. But typically it's usually still just an S-curve. And then after that, I will go back in and edit the basic stuff again to, you know, have specific things do what I want it to do. After that, I will go and I will start masking out what I think should be darker and should be lighter, and then I'll go mask out the subject as well. So then I will enhance the shadows, make them darker, and then, or, you know, make them darker, maybe blur them out a little bit, or take away the clarity, stuff like that. And then I will go and find a specific light source. Like if it's the sun, I will do a big radial gradient from where I think the sun is coming from, and then have it come down and, you know, brighten up specific parts of the subject and everything. So basically just to either enhance or add contrast where I want it to be. And then I'll go in with the subject and then fine tune the subject, maybe do another contrast curve on the subject itself if I need it to be more contrasty on the subject, and make it stand out a little bit, maybe brighten up the subject. And then that way I have some depth between everything with the masks. And I will basically go through and do the cold image almost exactly the same. Pretty much pick the tone of the image, how cold or warm do I want it. In this case it's colder, and then I will go in and do the basic stuff and then go do the contrast curve, which is, you know, nowadays I'm moving it in more than I am lifting it or leaving it where it's at. And I just feel like it's really nice looking. I just like it a lot. So I've been doing that a lot, and I'm doing that for this image as well. Readjust the actual basic stuff, and then I don't remember if I don't think I used any masks on this image. It was I loved the way it looked already, so I just kind of left the masks as is. So yeah, these are two complete opposite directions for photos, just to show you guys exactly my process for editing photos now in 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one, which is right here, which is how to make cinematic video on a budget. So click on it.